Hi, this is Sweet June coming back at you with another video. It's like after 4 o'clock in the morning, um, July, July 8th, 2021. I think my body is still on third shift because I stay up pretty much awake all night. Plus, I have a hard time sleeping too. And I don't get to sleep till like 4 or 5, sometimes 6 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm sleeping into the afternoon. Only problem is I gotta take my son to the doctor so he can get his foot checked around 2 something, and that's I have to drive over to the next city for that. So I gotta try to get a few winks in. But anyway, I figured I'll do this video while I'm still awake. Um, this is a message for single mothers. I was a single mother for many years, and so I consider myself an expert on this particular topic. And I like to give the young single mothers advice because I done been there, done that, and I like to give them some advice, um, and everything. I was watching. Well, I don't really talk about the three mommies anymore, but and this is not this is to all single mothers, but Liv's life is having a situation right now, joint custody situation where um, her ex-husband Gerard, was is able to have the children for 6 weeks, and she's um, to make a long story short, has a major issue with it. I'm not watching her right now because she's doing some inappropriate things on her channel that I don't care to watch, because when I tune into the family channels, I don't tune in for, you know, adult X-rated entertainment. That's not why I tune into the family channels. I tune into the family channels to see family content. I don't tune into the channels to look at that other stuff. So she's, I'm going to keep her in my prayers, but for right now, I'm not really watching her channel right now because she's doing some inappropriate stuff that I don't care to watch. With that being said, this video is to all single mothers, not just singling her out or anybody, but I just got a little irritated. Reason why I bring her up is because I got a little irritated about her. Seems like she has a major problem with Gerard getting his children, and I just got irritated, and it's just not just her, but it's a lot of single mothers that are like that. It's a lot of single mothers that don't seem to have a problem with a joint custody situation. And that's what I want to talk about. Single mothers, let that man be with his kids. Let that man spend time with his kids. First of all, when you are a mother and you had children by a man and things didn't work out, life happens, and sometimes things don't work out in relationships, and you have to separate from the father of your child or children. That's life. Now, when you do that, you have to work out if that man wants to be in his child's life or children's life, you need to work out some type of co parenting situation. Now, if you have any animosity towards him, the problem with some mothers want to, because they have animosity towards the father because of what happened in the relationship, and they caused problems with that man wanting to see his children and spend time with his children. Now, kudos to Gerard because he went through the proper channels through the court system to gain joint custody of the children. So kudos to him for that. But I hate it when women do that. I really hate it when women, and it kind of irks me because I had two sons and two fathers, and one, my oldest son's father, not bashing him, but he wasn't in my son's life like he should have been. You know, he could have stood to have a more active role in my oldest son's life. And at one time, I practically begged him to have a more active role in my son's life. And then I just, realized that I can't make him do something he don't want to do. But and my other son, his father wasn't there at all. So, it kind of broke my heart because I grew up without a father and I didn't want that for my kids. I didn't want them to grow up without a dad. And so that, I wanted, them to, have that good relationship, solid relationship with their fathers. And I think that is so key, and I think it's so important, particularly for our young black males. It's very important for them to have a solid relationship with their fathers. It's very detrimental if they don't. And for a woman to try to hold, to withhold the children from the father or give the father a hard time for wanting to be with his children, to spend time with his kids, is a definite no. Whatever happened between you and that man is separate from his relationship in your relationship with the children. When you're a single mother, your number one priority should be your children. It is your responsibility, and his responsibility to maintain the physical, emotional, financial, educational, spiritual well-being of your children. It is both of you guys' responsibility to maintain those things with your children, and your children are supposed to come first. They're supposed to come before you and your feelings or emotions about, like, if my youngest son's dad he decided that he wanted to be in his life, then I would have to put any kind of my feelings aside and let him do what he because I would have had to put my son first. And any mother that loves their children, and want what's best for their children and really care about their children's emotional well-being is not going to try to stand in the way with them having a relationship with their dad. And I don't like it. It irritates me when women give the fathers a hard time about having a relationship with their children, because it's not about him. It's about the children. They need their father. They need their father. They need to have that relationship with their father. They need to know that their father loves them. They need to know that their father cares for them. It's so vital for girls and for boys. Girls need their fathers too. And so I hate it when single mothers do that. I hate it when single mothers or they use the child as a pawn, you know, to get back at the father, or if she mad at the father because he's not paying enough child support or whatever the situation is, or what happened in the relationship, or she still has feelings for him and he moves on to another relationship where you can't see, she uses the child as a pawn. And that is not okay. That is never okay to do that. It is never okay to do that, because, that child could grow up and resent you. It's like when women do that, they don't care about the child. All they care about, they so wrapped up in their own feelings and their own emotions. It's not about you. It's not about how you feel. It's about your children. And so many women out here don't understand that. And I'm not talking about Liv. I'm not bashing her, but I was just getting a little irritated with her acting like it was a crime for him to. He had a court order to get his children, and she was acting like it was such a big crime for him to come get his kids, and he had a court order. And she's just being extra, as they say. She's just being extra about it, and I just kind of got a little irritated about that. You know, and she's not the only one. A lot of mothers do that, and that is not okay. It's not okay to use a child as a pawn. It's not okay to give the man a hard time. He wants to spend time with their children. Things didn't work out between you and him. It is what it is. You got to know how to co-parent effectively, because the children have to come first. Their emotional well-being is more important than your feelings and how you feel about your ex. Whatever went down between you and him, okay, that's between you and him. It ain't got nothing to do with the kids. Let that man be with his kids. And this is to all single mothers. Let that man be with his kids. Do not use the children as a pawn against them. Don't give him a hard time when he wants to pick up the child. That's crazy. The only time that you should withhold your children from their father is if the man is toxic. If he's toxic, if he's abusive, or he's doing, this, or maybe he's doing drugs, or he's abusing alcohol, or he's, got a questionable lifestyle, and you're concerned about the environment that your children's going to be around when he has them, and he's a very toxic person, dangerous, then that it would be the only reason why you would withhold your children from seeing the father. If you feel like they're going to be in some type of danger with them, or he presents in a great grave danger to you, that's the only time, if he's toxic. But other than that, if he's a good father and he has the children's best interest at heart and he loves the children, it's like, my thoughts was, she should be glad that he loves his kids. She should be glad that he loves those children, and that she should be happy about that. I would have been ecstatic if, I had a joint custody situation with both my children's fathers. And it gives the mother a much needed break. You get a much needed break, and it could be a good thing. It could be a good thing. It's all about how you look at it. But at the end of the day, children need their fathers. They need their fathers. And I hate it when women do that. And it just, you know, let that man see his kids. Let that man spend time with his kids. Let those children spend time with their father. That's to all single mothers. Don't never try to withhold your children from their fathers. You're doing the children a disservice. Children need their fathers. It's a direct correlation between children's school performance, and a lot of things are factored into that, with whether or not they have an active father in their life. There's a direct correlation. They could wind up having poor school performance because the father is not there, you know. And there's some other issues that children can wind up having because there is no father in the home. They always say it's single mothers. No, it's because of a lack of a father. That a reason why a lot of children have problems. Children is important for children, especially males, especially young black males, to know that their father cares about them, to know that their fathers have a vested interest in them. And so that's going to be good for their emotional well-being. And as a mother, if you love your children, that should be the utmost important. You should be willing to put your feelings aside and look at doing what's in the best interest of your child or children. So, that was on my heart to speak about that. And, yeah. Hit me up in the comment section. If you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button. Hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. And until the next video, peace and love. This is Sweet Jen.